fast IPS has come a long way in a short time, elevating extreme sports-focused 360Hz monitors like MSI's Oculux NXG253R to new heights in color and contrast. When ultra-fast 360Hz refresh rate gaming monitors first hit the scene early last year, they cost around $700. Today, as demand has soared and choices have expanded, new models like the MSI Oculux NXG253R are taking advantage of fast IPS technology and cutting the price in the process. In the MSI case, to $599.99. Though the giant NVIDIA G-Sync 80 that covers half of the back of the display is tacky, MSI should be proud of the performance it's achieved with Big Green's help. The Oculux's built-in input latency analyzer is a must-have tool for hardcore esports competitors, and although the 24.5-inch 1080p format might be a bit limited for content lovers, larger fast IPS options like Gigabyte's 32-inch Hours Fi32Q filament roll just fine. The MSI NXG253R is for esports gamers, and though it may not be the fastest screen you can buy, the honor currently belongs to the 390Hz Acer Nitro XV252QF. Its added features and strong performance add up to a well-balanced entry that earns an Editor's Choice Award for its combination of speed and color quality. Crammed with classy features, the MSI Oculux NXG253R is a 24.5-inch 1920 by 1080 pixel monitor with a 360Hz refresh rate, built around a fast IPS panel. The latter, sometimes billed as Nano IPS, is a display type launched by LG in 2019 that has arguably become the gold standard in the battle among V8, DN, and IPS technologies, combining rapid response times, low input latency, and vibrant colors that support HDR ratings as high as HDR 1600. Many of the 300Hz plus monitors released this past year, especially the fast IPS entries, have prices above the $500 mark, with the above-mentioned Acer Nitro XV252QF representing a sort of maximum minimum with the highest refresh rate we've seen at 390Hz and one of the lowest prices at $499.99. Unfortunately, the Acer also represents a compromise of build quality and added features, both of which seem to have been stripped away in favor of savings. So though its combination of fast IPS and 360Hz might have made the MSI a premium option just a few months ago, nowadays it represents something closer to the mid-range of what we expect for a $600 1080p display. Thankfully, the Extra C Note buys you a build quality upgrade over the Nitro, with a sturdy, square base that holds the 14.3-pound panel steady and offers a swivel of -45 to 45 degrees. The display pivots 90 degrees between landscape and portrait modes, though this is yet another among dozens of gaming monitors that rank as over-the-top choices for programming or use as a secondary screen. Those using it for its true purpose will enjoy the other adjustment options, including tilt from -5 to 20 degrees and wide 178-degree viewing angles. Going through the NXG253R's on-screen display menu, which is controlled by a 5-way joystick at right rear, we discovered the usual number of customization and tuning options for both gamers and color obsessives. These include the 6-way color and saturation calibration tool set, as well as gaming goodies like NVIDIA's Reflex Latency Analyzer and custom profiles for nearly every style of game. Just in case you weren't made aware by the branding on MSI's site, the monitor box, or the back of the shelf, this display has an NVIDIA feature in it, brought to you by NVIDIA, courtesy of NVIDIA. One wonders if MSI had to strike some kind of branding deal to get the latency analyzer integrated, since Big Green's logo seems as prominent if not more prominent than the monitor manufacturers. The NVIDIA G-Sync 360 lettering on the back of the display is in fact larger than the MSI lettering beneath it. The two are separated by a thin, programmable LED strip that can be controlled either via the OSD or through the MSI Center software app if the monitor is hooked up via the upstream USB 3.2 Type-A port. Of course, I don't spend a heck of a lot of time looking at the back of my monitor, though if I were ever to take this one to a LAN party I might pack a can of black spray paint for when the ridicule got to be too much. The Oculux NXG253R isn't too flush with ports, featuring just two HDMI 2.0 ports and a DisplayPort 1.4b input along with a 3.5mm headphone jack and the USB-A 3.2 upstream port. The MSI Oculux NXG253R steps into a niche that high refresh gaming maniacs have embraced over the past year, while also boosting the 360Hz category with a fast IPS display that works to improve color quality. If you mainline any of the above-mentioned games that can hover around 400 FPS, the Oculux is a well-priced option that has all the features you need, and even a few you don't. Its price undercutting competitors like the Asus ROG Swift PG259Q and doesn't show in a lack of build quality or subpar color results, though it could use a few more ports and we'll never get over that garish Nvidia branding across the back. Put it against a wall, though, and the NXG253R is a stellar entry into the 360Hz tier of gaming displays.